power included in that, as well as Valentine. And we do have a Torcon of 4, so a 40% chance of tornadoes within that 50-mile radius for southern South Dakota and northern Nebraska. And the thing about these tornadoes will be evening into overnight possibilities with that as well. So you got to make sure you have a way to get those weather alerts. Had some rain ongoing, now pushing through northern Nebraska into southern South Dakota, going to make its way up toward that I-90 corridor. And then we've had some showers along a frontal boundary that's been slowly sliding to the south through the Des Moines
I knew something was wrong, but I didn't say a word.
During the course of their disease, around 50% of people with Parkinson's or delusions. But now, doctors are prescribing Nuplazid, the only FDA-approved medicine proven to significantly reduce hallucinations and delusions related to Parkinson's. Don't take Nuplazid if you are allergic to its ingredients. Nuplazid can increase the risk of death in elderly people with dementia-related psychosis and is not for
Five jars of the Prestige Cream. For visible results without prestige prices, try Olay Regenerist with a money-back guarantee. And complete your routine with the Olay Eye Collection. Brand power helping you buy better.
I'm craving
wings. Only Frigidaire's range lets you air fry right in your oven. It's all the flavor, none of the guilt.
so
Good. That's using your Frigidaire.
What will you do when the power goes out? Power outages can be unpredictable, inconvenient, and disruptive to your life. But with a Generac home standby generator, your life goes on, uninterrupted, because you'll have power when you need it the most.
24 days we were without power. I had water, I had ice, I had coffee, I had air conditioner. I was able to stay here because of Generac.
Get the safety, security, and peace of mind your family deserves with a home standby generator from Generac. 8 out of 10 home generators are Generac, with thousands of satisfied customers.
Very good product. Very, very good reviews from everybody.
Prices start at just $19.99, and special financing is available with surprisingly affordable monthly payments. Call now to schedule your free in-home assessment. And if you act now, receive a free 1200-watt inverter generator or a 40-volt cordless blower, up to a $500 value. Call or go online today. Power your life with Generac.
How can weather be that destructive in just a matter of seconds?
Storm Stories. All new episodes Sunday nights at 8 on the Weather Channel.
Well, a trip to the Keys might be that perfect getaway for some people. It's already a Tuesday and it's already early in the work week, but I know a lot of people are like, oh, can't we just fast forward to the weekend?
I'm packed already.
You're packed already?
Let's head down
Ready
there.
to go. Hey, this is Stock Island, Florida. It's 84 there, but it feels like 94. It will be hot. Also a bit cloudy as well, but some showers. That's possible, and more tropical moisture certainly on the way for the weekend too, but certainly not of the stature of the kind that we were seeing and dealing with 2 years ago when Hurricane Irma hit the Keys. When Hurricane Irma came crashing into Florida, it left behind a trail of destruction, more than $1 billion in damage for the Sunshine State.
That's right. As we watch the Atlantic Ocean for the potential of another storm, we flash back to 2017 for another reminder of why this time of year can be extremely dangerous.
We do want to bring your attention to Hurricane Irma. We have the latest forecast showing the intensity to continue to go up. By Tuesday morning, forecast to be 140-mile-per-hour hurricane as it's inching towards the Lesser Antilles.
And this is what a monster looks like on the visible satellite imagery. In fact, hurricane force wind gusts entirely likely across much of South Florida and the eastern part of Florida. And this thing has got a lot of what is called inertial stability. It's been going and going for a very, very long time. It's not easily going to be slowed down. We could be talking about a devastating impact there in South Florida.
Taking the brunt of Hurricane Irma. These winds gusting over hurricane force since mid-morning. Getting into this eye wall, and this eye wall is very, very serious. And this is the heart of Irma right now in Naples. Yeah, this is nuts. Wow, intense. No question, this is serious.
Devastation is quite literally everywhere. The Florida Keys and much of South Florida, it'll be baby steps for many, many people here to get back to normal.
And you can imagine the forces that were at work here, the push of water as well as the winds, and hours of it resulted in the devastation that you see behind us.
This is some of the worst damage we've seen yet here on Plantation Key. These mobile homes that are pushed right up against the water look like they slammed into each other, just kind of like a demolition derby down there.
It was hell. It was actually scary. I've been through Wilma and I was through Charlie, but this was, I have to say, 5 times worse. The damage is unbelievable.
It's going to take months, probably years, to get things back to normal, but the general sense of people here is they will get back to normal, the tourists will come back, and life will go on.
And you know, Tevin, I think one thing in particular that I definitely remember about Irma was initially forecast to go up that east coast, but the whole state had remained in the forecast cone, taking that turn going up the west coast, which is absolute devastation.
And something else to consider, it was a very active season just a couple of years ago. That was Hurricane Harvey before Irma, and then Maria right after.
And we don't have to go too far back in history to find powerful hurricanes that hit after the peak of the season. Just last year, Hurricane Michael decimated the Florida Panhandle October 10th as a Category 5 storm. Hurricane Florence flooded the North Carolina coast in September last year with more than 30 inches of rain, 2.5 feet. The strongest storm of the 2012 season didn't make landfall in the U.S. until October 29th. It became known as Superstorm Sandy and inflicted $70 billion worth of damage, much of it along the New Jersey coast. And before Irma, Hurricane Wilma was the most powerful storm recorded in the Atlantic. The late October storm struck the Florida coast in 2005. So, Tevin, while we are saying, hey, we've reached the peak, it's downhill from here. The difference in that is not clear.
And downhill, perhaps maybe infrequently overall, but still the strength of some of these storms has certainly been up there. Talking about major hurricanes, even after September 10th, we do have 57% of the season remaining. And here we go. Let's take a look back just last year. Hurricane Michael came into portions of northwestern Florida as a Category 4. It was later upgraded to a 5.
And of course, Matthew, all still kind of fresh in everyone's minds because it took much of the same path as Dorian, so we remember Matthew late in the season as well.
Now we do see a lot of development typically here, a little bit closer to home too.
So time to kick and stretch and kick in the fresh air of Massachusetts. Let's plan your day ahead for yoga on the farm in Dover. Getting things underway on the Poisette Farm at 6:45 this evening. Man, that looks beautiful. lower
does.
70s, upper 60s. If I were there, I'd be doing some yoga on the farm.
Not too hot to do yoga on the farm. We'll be right back.
This program brought to you by Prevagen. Healthier brain, better life.
You might take something for your heart, your joints, or your digestion. So why wouldn't you take something for the most important part of you, your brain? With an ingredient originally discovered in jellyfish, Prevagen has been shown in clinical trials to improve short-term memory. Prevagen, healthier brain, better life.
At Safelite Auto Glass, we really pride ourselves on making it easy for you to get your windshield fixed. With Safelite, you can see exactly when we'll be there, saving you time for what you love most.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
I wish I could shake your hand.
Granted. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
If there was an animal right in front of you, desperate for help, would you help that animal? If you're the kind of person who would, then please do it now, because there are animals who are waiting for help. And today, you can give them the gift of life. Please visit this website or call this toll-free number and sign up today with your $19 monthly donation. The sooner you sign up, the more animals you can save. And we simply need more help so that our frontline responders can reach more animals in trouble. They need our help, and we need you. Call the number below or visit joinaspca.org on any device with your monthly donation. It's only 63 cents a day to save animals all year long. Do it in the next 10 minutes, and you'll get this free membership kit, including this one-of-a-kind Animal Champion t-shirt designed exclusively for animal lovers like you. If your heart breaks at the thought of an animal suffering, then please go online or call with your monthly gift now and show that animal you really do care.
The Home Depot's making it easy to turn your favorite moment into the perfect color to transform your room with the Project Color app. Explore the most popular colors and trending palettes to find yours. Get a colorful new experience with the Project Color app. Then get everything you'll need at your destination for the best brands. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
There's a bunch of whole almonds in every bar of Hershey's milk chocolate with almonds. Don't believe us? See back for details.
Welcome back to an incredible view of the storm surge from Hurricane Dorian roaring ashore in Buxton, North Carolina. This was shot from a GoPro camera installed along the beach looking out over Pamlico Sound. The edited video shows the rising storm surge, which eventually reaches 7 feet. Knocking the little camera over at an angle. That happened so quickly as well, in about an hour and a half. Welcome back to Weather Center Live. I'm meteorologist Felicia Combs.
And I'm meteorologist Tevin Wooten. If you were ready for those fall-like temperatures, that crisp and cool air, you'll have to wait just a little bit longer.
Oh, that was a tease. Everyone's breaking out their scarves.
Yeah, not yet. Put away the pumpkin spice. Some are still here going very strong, especially across the southeast. And you can count on this. It will be hot today, tomorrow, the day after that, and the day after that too. Many cities are going to actually be flirting with record high temperatures.
States all the way into the East Coast, the Southeast, of course, and that means you're staying hot through next week. In fact, the Climate Prediction Center saying very likely above average for places like St. Louis, Oklahoma City, Chicago, all included in that as we head into next week. So Atlanta, let's talk to you for a second. Your forecast high should be in the mid 80s. Look at this. Look, there is no average, or not your forecast high, your average high in the mid 80s. Your forecast high, anything but the mid 80s. We're talking low to mid 90s. So staying well above average for a streak of days well through next week. In Philadelphia, you're in the lower 80s today. That's near average, but upper 80s and lower 90s Wednesday and Thursday, well above average. You're going to get a nice little front. It's going to move through. It's going to bring you some storms. It's going to cool you off on Friday, but that doesn't last very long. Tevin, they're going from the mid 70s in Philly on Friday back to the mid 80s by the weekend.
And we so desperately need a cold front to come all the way down towards the south and clear most of the country. Well, if you think about it, some of those fronts actually help or hinder rather tropical activity. And because we see a lack of those fronts across the south and east, we really just leave the playing field wide open in terms of tropical activity and its potential impacts on the United States. So let's go ahead and take a look at this because we do have an area of concern. This in the next 5 to 7 days time here. A 30% chance of developing right now near the greater Antilles here. But you do see as this area of disturbed weather sort of moves towards the north and west away from portions of, I would say, Haiti and Puerto Rico and gets until the Gulf of Mexico. This is like a hotbed of hot water. The sea surface temperature is quite literally hot, closer to 85 or 90 degrees. And so the environment is a bit more conducive for tropical development. Away from that area to watch, we do have to watch another area. This is Invest 94L. We shouldn't have to watch it much longer because here in the coming days, even though it has a decent chance or a decent shot rather at developing into some sort of tropical entity, we don't see that chance becoming anything surpassing, I would say, maybe 50 or 60% because it does hit this wall of shear. So the window is quickly closing in terms of Invest 94L, but you look beyond 94L, you look closer towards the west coast of Africa, and this is where we see a decent wave of tropical moisture and a wave, actually a cluster of thunderstorms pushing off of the African coast, getting further and further into the MDR, and this may have impacts or implications on the United States here, I would say within the next 7 to 10 days time. So this does warrant monitoring here in the next 5 days. It does move westward again in the MDR. The Atlantic Basin is still open for business in terms of tropical activity. Let's quickly time out this wave here. You see 94L, it's here. It sort of dissipates away, but Felicia, off the African coast in the coming days, I think this wave actually sort of works with X94L, or what was once 94L, and that moves closer towards the U.S. So we will watch that extremely closely.
We're definitely watching the tropics very closely, but we're also keeping a very close eye on the Midwest as another round of storms are going to threaten that area. We do have the possibility for tornadoes after dark. More on that coming up.
13 years ago, Corbin was diagnosed with cancer. His parents brought him to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
I had no idea what to expect. I thought we were going to lose our child.
Are we done?
We are done. The tumor was the size of a baseball. I was terrified. He knows that he has a little bump on his back that's trying to make him sick.
it's really little.
His doctor said there's a possibility he might could get it all with surgery. Of course, he said he didn't know until they actually got in there.
So we're all done. Everything went very well.
They were able to get the entire tumor. Oh, thank you so much.
For 12 years, Corbin was cancer-free, but he would need St. Jude again.
My name is Corbin. I'm 15 years old, and I was recently diagnosed with cancer in my right arm.
Are you hurting anywhere?
No. And it's scary, you know.
Corbin does have a genetic predisposition to develop cancer. The only thing that comforted us was St. Jude isn't going to give up. These doctors and nurses are never going to stop fighting for your child.
Thank you.
Join the fight and become a partner in hope with a gift of just $19 a month. When you join with your credit or debit card right now, we'll send you this St. Jude t-shirt you can wear to show your support.
But you seem to recover pretty quickly.
The strides that they've made in research, that's why we have Corbin today.
Discoveries made at St. Jude are freely shared with doctors and scientists around the world to save more children like Corbin.
The supporters have already done so much for me, and that's why I'm here right now.
I could not imagine my life without him.
That's Corbin.
Please call or go online at joinstjude.org. Become a St. Jude partner in hope.
The day after chemo shouldn't mean going back to the doctor just for a shot. With Neulasta Onpro, patients get their day back. To be with family or just to sleep in. Strong chemo can put you at risk of serious infection. In a key study, Neulasta reduced the risk of infection from 17% to 1%, a 94% decrease. Neulasta Onpro is designed to deliver Neulasta the day after chemo and is used by most patients today.
Neulasta is for certain cancer patients receiving strong chemotherapy. Do not take Neulasta if you're allergic to it, or Neupogen, filgrastim. An incomplete dose could increase infection risk. Ruptured spleen, sometimes fatal as well as serious lung problems, allergic reactions, kidney injuries, and capillary leak syndrome have occurred. Report abdominal or shoulder tip pain, trouble breathing, or allergic reactions to your doctor right away. In patients with sickle cell disorders, serious, sometimes fatal crises can occur. The most common side effect is bone and muscle ache.
Ask your doctor about Neulasta Onpro. Pay no more than $5 per dose with copay card.
The weight is not just extra pounds on your waistline. It's a feeling of, I'm not good enough. I was just tired of feeling like that.
Kickstart your weight loss with Rapid Results by Jenny Craig. Lose up to 16 pounds in your first 4 weeks.
You're being coached how to live a healthy life. The first time I tried the food, I was shocked. This is gonna help me lose weight. Are you serious? I just ate a chocolate cake. Jenny Craig definitely works.
Join for free, plus get 15 free meals. Purchase required.
Wow. Happy Tuesday, Omaha. I'd be happy if I was here right now. 75, bright blue skies, nothing to complain about there currently. However, go ahead, soak it up while you can now, because we do have the risk for storms across the central states. Definitely going to see that severe risk going up just a bit as we head into the afternoon and evening, and even overnight tonight. The highest risk for severe storms going to be for places in southern South Dakota and northern Nebraska along that I-90 corridor. Rapid City, Valentine, you're included in that, as well as Sioux City. Omaha, you're just outside that severe risk, but you could still see some rain or a few storms. We do have a Torcon of 4 today for southern South Dakota and northern Nebraska. So that's about a 40% chance of a tornado within that 50-mile radius, especially as we head into the evening hours and into the overnight hours. Here's why. We've got just abundant
We're not gonna take your gun away from you. You're not gonna be stuck in an office somewhere. I mean, those things don't exist.
Right now, Blue Help is the only database in the country that collects law enforcement suicide data.
Explain exactly why overnight tornadoes are a bit more dangerous.
Tornadoes are terrifying. The night, when you're most vulnerable, unaware of the danger tracking towards your home. Here are 3 things to know about nighttime tornadoes. Number 1, nighttime tornadoes are twice as deadly. Only about 27% of tornadoes occur at night, but make up an incredible 39% of total deaths. This, according to a 2008 study from Northern Illinois University. 42% of killer tornadoes are nocturnal, with the highest fatality rates in spring and winter transition seasons. Number 2, night tornadoes are more difficult to confirm. It may seem obvious, but getting a visual confirmation on a tornado at night poses a challenge for meteorologists. Unless a tornado is accompanied by frequent lightning, it may not be spotted by someone on the ground. We have to rely largely on radar to assist in these circumstances. Number 3, nighttime tornadoes are more common in the South. It's important to point out that a nighttime tornado can happen anywhere, but the most common occurrences